it. Welcome back to episode 2 of nothing that we've named yet.
The Fishbowl.
The Fishbowl. Where we talk about what we just normally talk about, but happen just to record it because we think we're quite funny. Maybe not in a conceited way, but
No, in a confident one.
Yeah, confident.
We're funny.
Comedic.
This is for you.
Okay, you're welcome. So, for those of you who haven't joined in on the first episode, we'll typically just write down, conversation topics or, thoughts that we have throughout the week, put them in this little fishbowl, and then, we'll go through and pick them, have a little discussion on them, and hopefully get some chuckles out of it. Maybe something meaningful will come through it.
Yes. And if you would like one of your thoughts to be added to our fishbowl, to potentially be chosen as our topic of conversation, please send your thoughts to juliademiliox@gmail.com, and I'll add it to the fishbowl. Joe, start us off.
Wait, before we begin, I know last week we said if you pick 3 again for the third time, it's the wedding chapel, in Vegas. I thought you said you're bringing a gift, so if somebody's prize gets thing gets picked 3 times in a row.
I do.
What's the gift?
It's in here. It's
no
a surprise.
way. Are you fucking serious?
You can't open it.
It's gonna be a piece of paper.
No.
Alright, I'm going.
It's good.
You're like, shit. I'll have to give up my favorite paper clip. The last of the lined paper. Oh, this is mine.
Good.
Okay. So I said, what's crazy is that I don't remember writing these down, and then I do, and then I remember the exact scenario that made me write it down in the first place. So,
good. I brought you back.
For example, it says, why is there certain places where people feel so comfortable opening up to strangers? Example, the deli counter with my mom, or the barber, hairdresser, etc.
Yeah.
Because I remember my mom was like, these people fucking open up like I'm a psychiatrist to them. I'm like, just buy your sandwich.
Right.
Just tell the randomest things. But even for me personally, I always felt granted, I go to my cousin for the barber, but even before that, it was whether it be Joey Rinaldi at the old barber shop or in Tampa, Maria,
yes.
You know what I mean? You always just feel so somebody just starts cutting your hair, you feel like you can tell them your life secrets and just go with it,
I swear.
I don't know if it's the same with you or not.
No, we talk everything. We talk.
Where, the dresser?
Yeah, the hairdresser, at the hair salon. I will literally go see a new stylist, and they know more about me than you know about me by the end.
The first session.
Blondes take 3 hours, but still, yeah, I'll tell them anything.
So I just think that's quite funny. And circumstantial, there's places where you do feel comfortable. But it's if you, I don't know, I get that's a prolonged period of time, but it's not you're opening up at the grocery store, to the cashier or the bank teller, you know what I mean?
Some people do, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, kick-it-ons, you know what I mean? Don't fucking tell anyone anything, but yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong, in Raleigh.
Yeah, it was in Tampa.
What?
Oh.
What was it?
Trader Joe's.
No, I meant just the cashiers. I would talk to you at Raleigh. Not the Scientologist we almost got recruited into one time in Tampa, Florida.
True.
Gotta be careful.
True story.
Somebody ever comes up to you at Trader Joe's and compliments your pants.
Be
wary of these types of people.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're meeting them at a Starbucks. They're not telling you why they took this spiritual trip to Jerusalem. And, one thing leads to another, you storm off because, you don't want to get recruited. But
yeah, we dodged a bullet. I don't know what happened there.
They probably got some other poor sucker.
A lesser son of a bitch.
Somebody else. Yeah. So.
Okay. Oh, it's one of mine. So the prize is getting farther and farther away.
There's only 4 left too, so the odds are slim.
I hope this is something to talk about. All right. If you could enforce, this is a good one. If you can enforce any law for everyone to abide to for one day, what would it be?
You could kill people like the Purge.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It's not.
Okay. What I was gonna say was, don't overthink it. It doesn't have to mean anything crazy. Just innocently, what would be one rule?
I'll tell you what. It's not gonna be for a day though. But I always say this. You probably heard me say it before. But just how in South Korea, you have to do a mandatory 2 years of military training, like Jaewon had to do.
Yeah.
Just how you have to do that in South Korea, I believe you should be forced to, out of high school, or maybe sometime in high school, work in the hospitality space as a young adult, as an old kid, whatever you want to call it. because I think you learn so many skills, like life skills, just common sense fucking skills, just normal day-to-day interactions. Like, you learn how to talk with people, you learn how to work in a team, you learn how to even like deal with like high stress. Like, I know maybe not all restaurants are like this, but probably a vast majority are. Like, they're very high stress in the back, you know. Things come out, you know, once you leave the kitchen, it looks all prim and proper, but in the back, it's like a fucking war going on.
War.
Absolutely. So I think you should be, you know, forced sounds so hard, but voluntold that you have to, you know, do this, because it's only going to help you in the long run. I don't see any conceivable, you know, negatives besides like the time that you have to give up in order to do it, but that's what I would enact.
Wait, I love that. I feel like some of the strongest, most hardworking, most intelligent, like street smart people I've ever met at some early point in their lives worked in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Truly.
It doesn't have to be a restaurant. It could be like a customer service department or anything like that. But some sort of people interacting low on the ladder of like the job world kind of role where you have to make connections with people.
Yeah.
And I just think it's an invaluable skill.
Well, also, I mean, if it's not an inborn skill to help others, like I feel like this kind of slowly, or like in a juvenile sense, kind of introduces you to that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I dropped my fork, can you get me a new one? Like, even something as simple as that, it's like, absolutely no problem, I'm here to help. Versus, like, some people go their whole lives with being like, no, you do it yourself, why should I help you? Yeah, it just very, like, gently introduces you to the concept of, like, oh, I can serve others, like, because it's, like, my duty here in that job, but then also it's just sets the foundation.
And also you learn kind of, everything doesn't always work out. Like, if you're, like, a busser or a waiter, you don't get tipped even though you gave, like, the most excellent service that you could. You know, hey, it's out of your control, you know, other people, but at least you try to make the effort.
Wait, that's, like, a great law.
I know.
I like that. That was good.
What was yours?
So mine's, like, a little bit more simple, but mine would be, I just would challenge everyone for one day to eat completely plant-based.
You make that a law?
It's a one day. I said don't overthink it. It's like the first thing I said. Don't overthink
like
it.
Like a dictator, bro. Eat the way I want you to eat. What the fuck? I did not see that.
No. It's just to introduce people to the concept of...
Listen, after watching Game Changers, I'm down. Maybe 2 days a week. All right.
Hey, you know.
The Game Changers.
The Game Changers. I just think
you'd have to like almost like force restaurants to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, hypothetically, I'm never going to make a law for one day that every single person in the world is going to abide to, but, like, hypothetically, if I was to come up with it, that would be mine, because I just feel like, you know, when I started eating plant-based, I got so much more creative with spices, with flavors, with cooking techniques, with everything, and now I'm like, oh my god, I enjoy this 10 times more, and I just feel like if everyone could just
get that nudge,
have a flavor of that, of what that could taste like, then maybe they'll implement it once a week moving forward after my one-day law. Well,
wasn't that thing wasn't it like Meatless Mondays? Like,
yes.
When was that? Like,
yes.
Like in COVID, or was that
No,
BC?
way prior. So actually, like
before COVID,
BC. But years and years ago that started. But it was a movement, the Meatless Monday movement. But like in New York City, I'm doing my dissertation, my capstone project on this. I'll be doing it here in Connecticut, but I kind of benchmarked the city of New York, and they implemented plant-based menu options to their 11 hospitals, but they only went forward with that because their test run, which was Meatless Mondays at the hospital, was successful. So successful that they then were like, well, let's implement it full-time as an option, and they had a 95% satisfaction score, which is like unheard of. But so it's like, just dip your toes in it. If you like it, try it, implement that change once a week, once a month. And then if you like it, maybe you'll just want to dip the whole body.
No, absolutely. I feel like it does like compound. Like with me, I can speak from personal experience. You know, it started off just being like a vegetarian, you know, just for like the challenge of it.
Yeah.
And then it's like I didn't have to like, you know, once I established I'm not just gonna eat meat, but I'm gonna eat like eggs, dairy, and like all that. I could have just stuck with that, but then after like the first month, I was like, wow, I feel great. Let's like double down on this. Cut out the eggs, cut out the dairy. You know, I'm trying to cut out the dairy. Jesus,
probably
great.
I know, cheese is so good. And butter every once in a while.
I always forget that butter's dairy.
Butter's
every time you
so
say it, I'm like,
flavorful.
fucking dairy.
I know.
It doesn't seem like dairy. You know, because we said it's like, you can't leave dairy on the counter, but you can leave butter on the counter.
But should you? You know, like, people do.
I ate it last night. It was on the counter.
Yeah,
you know?
no, like we all We all do it.
Because who likes hard butter? You know, you go to a restaurant, like even at like the restaurant, it would be like sometimes like the butter's like in the cooler for too long, and it's like a hard butter, and now you can't smear it on your bread. It's just like a lump, and you're gonna eat a whole fucking.
But then you guys do that thing where you stab it and you squeeze it.
Yeah, so but it doesn't work if it's hard. You know what I mean? It has to be somewhat soft. With when you pour it out like that.
Yeah.
That just came from like being like an antsy little kid.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's like.
Yeah.
You know. No, I like that. Yeah, I just think it would be nice for everyone to just like try it out. No one's telling you have to do it for a year or a lifetime or whatever. But
just
like,
one day.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I dare a carnivore to go eat at a plant-based restaurant one day. They'd be like, "That was fucking phenomenal."
Yeah.
Because it's like I've said many times. If you go to a regular restaurant and you order plant-based, it's going to suck. They don't know how to prepare it, and it's nothing against them. It's just what life is. But if you go to a plant-based restaurant and you order a plant-based meal, it's gonna be fucking so good.
So on the reverse spectrum, how would you feel if somebody was like, "Hey, I firmly believe in like the carnivore diet, and you have to eat it for." Like...
I did it for the first 25 years of my life.
No, when they only eat meat. You ever see that? I don't know if it's only meat. It's like, how can that be? What is the carb?
You need nutrients too. Like
there has to be more. What do you just eat like an abundance of meat and like a little bit of vegetables? Like you ever see that?
No.
People do like the full carnivore diet.
Like I see, like we talk, like McGregor, is that his name, the fighter?
Conor McGregor.
He was like, I have steak for breakfast, steak for lunch.
Oh, he was like, I lost the fight.
For dessert.
He's like, I was eating 2 steaks a day. And he's like, it backfired.
It's
like just funny how you say it. I've been eating 2 steaks a day.
Yeah, like buddy.
It's just funny, like thinking of steak as like a unit of like nutritional value. Like, oh, I have like 2 protein shakes a day, or like, oh, I have like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't hear people being like, oh, I had like 3 bananas today, but it's like, oh, like 2 steaks, you know? Like, it's just funny to hear it said like that.
Yeah, well, also, who the fuck eats 2 steaks a day? I couldn't say one other person.
Sweating, you get the meat sweats,
I would be so red in my... I'd be inflamed. I think I would be a walking ball of inflammation.
Just fire. Fire on the outside, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I don't want to do that.
We're going to try it. Fair is fair.
I was like,
no. Look it up, dude. There's something to it. Like,
I've done that my whole life. I was in preschool and they said on my birthday, what's your favorite kind of food in front of the class? I said a filet mignon with mashed potatoes. So I think I've done my share.
Alright, what is the carnivore diet? The carnivore diet is essentially an all-meat diet based on the idea that our early human ancestors were carnivores. The carnivore diet involves eating animal products like beef, poultry, pork, fish, eggs, and butter, and few low-lactose dairy products. It excludes pretty much everything else, meaning fruit, vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. The carnivore diet does not provide specific guidance on daily calories, proteins, or... That's crazy, actually. I could never imagine doing something like that.
That's so unsustainable for any human being. I don't care what fucking philosophy you follow in life. A, and B, so not true what they've learned about
especially what we just saw last night. You know what I mean? Just because plants and plant-based products like don't fossilize as well compared to fucking everything else.
But they find it in our bone mineral density, they find it in our teeth. Well,
our teeth are, you know what I mean? Like, people used to say, I remember learning in school that, like, oh, there's, like, herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Herbivores are plants, obviously. Carnivores are meat eaters, and omnivores are both. Mm-hmm. And because of how our teeth are, with, like, the protruding canines, and then, like, the rest are, like, flat, dull, like, the canines are supposed to be for, like, ripping meat, and then the rest of your teeth are made for, like, grinding plant-based, like, or like
spices,
stuff
nuts,
down, you know?
greens.
But what we saw yesterday in Game Changers, they're like, no, that's a farce.
Like the Romans, the strongest
the gladiators.
They're the Roman gladiators.
Well, yeah, it wasn't all the Romans.
The strongest unit of military that the world ever saw in those days, the strongest people, science, research, facts show that they were vegetarians primarily, so... And, like, it's true, whatever. I can talk about this for days, but let's keep going before this turns into not just the fishbowl. I don't know.
What do you mean? Sweating. Just coffee.
Thinking about me. Oh.
Just 2 steaks a day got me fucking leaking over here. Alright.
Was it me?
First of all, you wrote down my quote.
Oh,
Well,
wait,
you wrote it
wait,
down
wait,
wrong.
wait. I'm 2 for 2 right now. I hope you have a gift for me if I win.
Oh, yeah, if you get the third. Okay. You said a frozen berry is hard to choose. CHOOSE.
No, I didn't.
But it's a frozen.
True.
That's CHEW.
I know, Joey.
Do you know? Didn't write it down.
Clearly, I was just having a...
That was just a philosophical line I once came up with, just off the dome. It's the frozen berry is hard to chew. You know, it wasn't chew.
Yes, it was.
What was it? No, it wasn't.
So I buy these frozen berries, like strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, whatever. And Joey tried one and was like, frozen berries, hard to chew.
I didn't have the old
And it was
English
funny, and it
accent,
sounded so wise.
Yeah, so deep.
Wisdomous.
A frozen berry is hard to chew.
So philosophical that we were like, what is the meaning of that?
Yeah, we
you
have to
know?
ponder it a little bit.
It's like the universe speaking through you. What does that mean?
That was the conduit of the universe.
A frozen berry is hard to chew. When we
Are stagnant.
I was thinking like when we like put things aside and let them build up into this hard, stale ball. Yeah, that's hard to chew. So when things are fresh and fluid, let's digest them.
Maybe it's the truth. Maybe like once you have that stockpile of staleness, it's hard to chew. Like it's hard to chew the truth.
Yeah.
You can't chew the truth, you know?
That's so funny. Yeah.
Frozen berries hard to chew.
Listen, that
Dash Joe, you know? Like how it's Dash Socrates.
Yeah.
Dash Anthony Robbins. Dash Joe. No, in the book it's Anthony Robbins, you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I like that. I really
quote,
do.
get it tattooed on your body, whatever you want. Right?
Frozen grape is hard to chew.
I'm sticking to this chair. This is the one with the hole in it, too. I'm going to fall through this one day. Are you kidding me? All right, this is it. Wait. Nope, you had the other one in your hand first. Nope, you had this one in your hand.
He just doesn't have a prize ready for me. It's okay.
Open it up.
It's true. I can see. How do or could you use your phone and technologies to better yourself? Oh my god, if my phone wasn't recording us right now, I would show you all my background.
Oh, yeah. You've
So,
actually been beasting it.
I've been beasting it. I'm so proud of myself because I usually benchmark a lot of things, which I think is totally fine. And like strategies, but this one was completely me. I got a new phone recently in January, and I was trying to recreate it to fit my aesthetic and me. And widgets are so new to me, and sometimes, especially with like phones and technologies, I'm like, what is this? I don't need a fucking widget.
Yeah.
You know? Instead, I'm like, all right, chill, take it in. What can I get
See
from
if there's
this?
anything we can learn from
Right.
it. No, I hear you.
So I'm like looking at the options, and it was like Pinterest, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, I'll make a separate board just for
She's breathing. We're only gonna hear the dog's breath. No, why are you sitting like that too? You're just staring at
Nikito, come here. You want to be in? Come here.
Oh, what's that?
Our dog's very independent. She does what she wants.
Yeah, meaning he doesn't listen to us. Meaning she looks at us, says, "I understand." Go fuck yourself.
But I ain't doing it.
It's alright, no.
Do
Just
you?
stop breathing
I
so
love
heavy. You're gonna come up on the video.
We call her
Just
dog.
give it a second.
I love you, little baby.
Okay, so back to
Okay, so I'm like, okay, let me make my own Pinterest board of daily motivational quotes or sayings or whatever. And so it's on my background and it changes every hour. And I'll add to it in my free time, like when I'm bored, I'll just be like, well, I'll make on Pinterest, blah, blah, blah. And then it pops up every hour, something different, something inspiring, better yourself. You know, consistency is the key to success and change. And like just little things that I'm just like, damn, you're right. Be careful what you say to yourself. You're listening.
Yeah.
Like that's a great one. Like, I don't want to sit here and say, oh my God, I'm the worst. Oh my God, I'm so stupid for saying that. Oh my God, no, I'm a badass bitch. I'm radiate confidence. I am going to conquer the day. You're listening. You don't think you are.
Yeah, I feel like that's especially important because, like, when you're on your phone, you might not be being the best version of yourself. Like, I think everybody could do with, like, a little bit less phone time. But it's like, it's trying to turn like a negative into a positive. It's like, well, if you are happen to be on your phone, then you might catch a glimpse of one of these widgets, like you're saying about that automatically just on your home screen. It doesn't have to, like, you have to go into Pinterest.
Yeah.
And like maybe that would be the motivation that you need to like put the phone down or do something else. You know what I mean? Or maybe you're upset and you're trying to distract yourself with your phone and you see something that speaks to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a very positive thing that comes out of it for sure.
Yeah, because here's the reality. It's 2023. We are 1000% on our phones more.
Yeah.
So if we're going to be on that space more, let's make it a encouraging space, a positive space.
Yeah, absolutely.
A, I do those. B, I put the time limit on all my social medias and I respect it.
Do you stick with it?
I respect it now. I started doing this last year in 2022. Always was like, yeah, okay, good to know, noted, you know, going overtime, but don't care. And then I would lift the limit for the day. But now, mostly, unless I'm like in the middle of like an inspiring video or on TikTok or something like that, whatever it is, most of the time I'm just like, okay, it's time. Go do something, go pick up a book and read. Go spend time with your dog. Spend time with your husband. Go be new.
Be new. Be better.
Right, be better.
Yeah, I think that's good because, well, even like going off like the TikTok, I think you've done like a great job at like optimizing your feed and like the algorithm to show you, you know, it may be like, you know, not 100% accurately, but a lot of information that you want to see, that you want to use to better yourself. Like, I know if I just like re-downloaded TikTok right now, it would be like 90% would just be like video game shit.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be like, I would have to then train it to like be better, to like send me more
like
motivating content or whatever, you know, self-improvement content or whatever that would be.
Yeah.
But I think that's like important. I think, you know, something I want to start doing is like definitely like those caps on like your time, but also like the phone gives you the metrics. It's like, you ever see those notifications like your screen time's up 14% this week? You know what I mean? Well, it's like, you know, see on like a weekly basis how much time is being spent like on these apps. And I think seeing that data and like realizing, hey, you know, 8 hours a week on Pokemon Go might be a lot, you know?
Set your restriction time.
I know, but I just never used to listen to it. So
Yeah, well, start.
I know, I got it. I know.
Like, just do it, remember?
Yeah, just do it. 60 seconds.
That's hard.
It's me.
Both of them?
No, I pulled.
Did you not just pull them?
You pulled that one.
That
broke your streak.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just pull it. No.
Go for it. I'll really shake them up.
I, of course,
he gets two.
Is this me or you?
That's not me.
I think that's you.
Joey, no.
It's the Nike sign. Just.
What did I just say?
I know. And I think we said this last time too, but just how.
It's precious that you drew it instead of writing it. I can cry.
Just do it. You know, it's like the motto. Just do it for 60 seconds. If you fucking want to continue on, which you most likely will, then, you know, do it. But it's all about, you know, gaining the momentum. We know a lot we've been talking about and trying to like implement is once you get the ball rolling, it's almost hard to stop it, which is good. You know, if it's like a good habit characteristic you're trying to develop. But it's really just like, it seems like that, you know, beginning push seems so difficult, but it's really not. And being able to just get yourself to do it, whether it be, you know, like let's say you want to read more, and like that's, you know, always a goal of mine. It's like once you open, like you were saying, like once you open up the book and read the first sentence, like why would you stop? You're just an asshole if you do. You know what I mean? Then you're kind of a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah,
you know?
and
not
you're
really,
just proving it to yourself.
But it's like, you know, I'd say like 99 out of 100 times when you pick up the book and you read the first sentence, you're like, all right, I'm fucking here. Like, might as well just read the page. And then once you read that page, read 5 and then 10. And then you get to the next chapter. You know what I mean? And I think it's, you know, same thing. It's like I think finding out what's the easiest way to just do it, to start. Like another one is like with the gym. Like once I drink my pre-workout at the house, starting at the house, there's no way I'm not going to the gym.
Right.
You know, I would just be very uncomfortable. I'd be real energized and like start sweating and itching and shit. And I'm like, you know, so it's almost like some of those things maybe to think about for like you, me, anybody listening. It's like, how can you put yourself in a position where you have to start. You know what I mean?
I have the best advice.
What?
Whatever your goal is, draw out the steps to get there. Like, literally just work your way down. Well, if I want to write a book, I need, what do you need? Either a source to write on, a platform to like keep your thing, or pen and paper, or a topic, or a storyline, or expertise in a certain area. Well, okay, so now how are you going to get that?
Yeah.
Next goal. Now I need to start researching, clinical nutrition to write a clinical nutrition book, or I need to develop characters for my fictional story, or I need to read a book and see the flow and how chapters are broken down, or I need to do a fucking Google search that's like, how do I write a book?
Yeah,
and someone's already laid the blueprint for you, so just tailor it.
Then you have to commit also to once you get that part, it's like, just write one sentence a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
you'll just keep going. You just need to get yourself
course.
to do it. Just do it for 60 seconds. You're going to do it more.
You're going to do it more.
Just do it. My mom the other day was like, I have this book of places in Connecticut that I want to go to, and time just went by last year. We never got to go and do any of them. And I said, well, just do it. Like, literally just do it. And she was like, yeah, you're right. All I have to do is do it. Yeah.
Just get in the car.
Get your 5.
Once you're in the car, you're not going to stop.
Right,
know?
just go.
Yeah, just commit to getting in the car and going down the driveway, and then what, are you going to turn around at that point?
If you have a bucket list of things that you want to do, narrow it down to your top 3, write them down, look at your calendar, when's your next free day, book yourself, and go do it. And then once you're down to 2 on your bucket list, add another in there.
Yeah.
And keep it going. Let's go. Take the steps. Just do it. So simple. It could be for anything.
It's just so simple.
All you gotta do is all you have to do is decide you want the outcome and then take the first step to get there. And then the momentum is so strong, it's harder to stop.
Yeah?
It's harder to stop.
I read like 70 pages yesterday because I got enthralled with the book.
And you said, I just want to read for 30 minutes a day.
Yeah, that was a good day.
Just do it. All right, is this my turn?
I think we leave the last one, right? I feel like we do 4 and then stop or whatever. If you want to do the last one, pick it out. It's nice to have one in reserve, though.
Motivation to keep putting it in.
Put yourself in a position where you have to do the work. Is that me or you?
Oh, this is good. This is a good one for everyone to be included on the discussion, because I don't know. Okay. Thoughts on when you pay, so you pick up the tab, but someone else offers to leave the tip. Is that insensitive or is it genuinely intentional? Like I don't know. I just feel like it's happened, and some people are like, oh, that person's such an asshole. They wanted to leave just the tip. Yeah, but if you offer to pay the tab, maybe they just feel bad and they just want to contribute. So is that insensitive for them to say, oh, I'll do the tip? Well, maybe if they start by offering just to pay the tip,
then it would be like a dick move.
Yeah.
If they're like, hey, if we went out to dinner and I was like, Jules, you pay, but I'll leave the tip.
Right,
You know what I mean?
that's rude.
I'm just saying I'm going to leave 20% of whatever you pay.
Right.
So, but I think if I'm insisting, I'm like, don't worry about it, I'm going to pay the bill. And you're like, dude, it's a fucking expensive bill. Let me at least leave the tip. I'd be like, all right, just a tip.
See, I could be wrong, but I just feel like if you're volunteering to pay the bill,
just pay the rest of
pay
it.
the fucking bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's just a
treat
nice
them
thing
if you're
to
gonna treat
do.
them. Yeah.
Well, if you go out to let's say for your birthday coming up, and we all go out, my family, your family, and everybody, and your dad picks up the bill, it would be nice for my dad to leave the tip. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Well, if it's if the bill's gonna make $1,000 or something like that, then you help them out where you can.
Yeah, that's true.
It's situational, but I feel like it's not bad to. If I insist on paying the check and you insist on paying the bill, leaving the tip, then what the hell?
Yeah.
So we both kind of made out.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think that's the consensus. It's situational.
When was that? What dinner made you?
No,
I out of the blue, you're like.
No, I feel like
there was some dinner.
I don't know.
There
I
was
feel
one.
like it came up, and I feel like someone was like, "Oh, I can at least leave the tip." And I was like, that's so sweet. And then I was like, why do I think that that's so genuine now? Where in the past, I feel like my view on it was, you cheap bastard.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was when we went to Echo Kitchen and I paid my mom's bill and they're like, let us leave the tip.
Oh, maybe.
Or something
I don't know.
Because they do that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another thing, though.
But that's another thing.
I
It's
mean?
if you're picking up their tab by surprise.
Yeah, they're like, let me at least leave the tip, you know?
Oh, I was going to say just pick up the whole thing. They don't even know what the bill is to know what 20% is.
It's less than what they'd pay full price of.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You don't want to,
I wouldn't do it, I agree. I wouldn't.
Shit,
I would be like,
yeah.
I'm like, stop taking this away from me, okay? I'm trying to
Yeah.
do a good deed. But, I don't know. It's
it's
an interesting
situational.
Yeah.
It is. Wow.
Empty. Oh, I like that.
That's the infinite sign of finite. We're done. Is that
Even
what
mommy
you
says
think
she's done. Yep. Well, another great conversation. Fist bumps all around.